everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so I am back at it once again for another unboxing video, and this one is somewhat special to me. It's a release I have been trying to get for a while now. Now, it's not the best collector's edition you're ever likely to see, but you know what? It's one of those movies that I never thought would ever get the collector's treatment. So when I seen this, I knew I needed to add it to my collection. So as you can see by the thumbnail, it is, of course, Commando. So this is the Filmarena Full Slip Edition. Now this is the unnumbered variant. So yes, there is a numbered edition out there. And there is some differences. Like for instance, on the numbered edition, the artwork is very different to this one. Now the steelbooks that you get in both editions are the exact same. But in the numbered version, you do get a magnetic lenticular cover for that steelbook. But I think everything else is the exact same. Now, I just want to take this opportunity right now to thank the seller who actually sold this to me. I think his name is Bern, or Bernard, Bern. I'm sure there's a German way of pronouncing it. Apologies if I am butchering it. But I just wanted to thank you so much. I actually reached out to him because his listing was down as, you know, he was only shipping to Germany. And I contacted him and I said, look, would you be willing to ship to Ireland? And if so, would you be open to offers? For which he came straight back to me and said yes and yes. So he actually sold this to me at a fantastic price, and I couldn't be happier. So a huge thank you again. If there's a chance that you're watching this video, I did tell him that I was going to do a video on it, so I'm hoping he is watching. I really, really do appreciate it. It's a stunning release, a release that I never thought I would ever actually own, and it's all down to yourself. So thank you again for that. So Commando, yes, this is the pinnacle of 80s action movies. I am not kidding. It is so ridiculously over the top in terms of its action. The dialogue is just your typical cheesy 80s dialogue that you come to expect and love when it comes to 80s action movies. The villain of this movie looks very like Freddie Mercury. And I have never seen a movie to have so many mistakes. I'm not kidding. There's a scene in it where Schwarzenegger is chasing, I think his name is it Sally? I think that's the character's name. Sally's driving a Porsche. And basically one side of the Porsche gets destroyed. And later on, Schwarzenegger gets into the car. You see the side of the car, it's back to normal. Not a single dent on it. There's even scenes in it where, you know, Schwarzenegger would throw a grenade at the end of it, and when the soldiers go flying, you can actually see all the ramps coming up. They don't even try to hide them. There's even another bit in it where when Schwarzenegger gets off the plane to get onto the island and he gets onto the rowing boat, you'll notice his underwear is black, but when he gets off the boat, they're white. And that's just a handful of scenes. There is so many more. But you know what? To me, it is the perfect action movie. Despite its flaws, I would not change a goddamn thing when it comes to this movie. Like I said, it gives you everything that you would want from an 80s action movie. Even the ending of it, where he has the fight against Benish. It's the only time I've ever seen in the movie where somebody actually gets electrocuted, and instead of dying, it's almost like he gets recharged, and he starts beating the shit out of Schwarzenegger. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to how ridiculous it does get in terms of over-the-top action. But like I said, I wouldn't change a thing. I had a blast watching it. I think it holds up incredibly well. I have a huge nostalgia connection towards it. I'm sure that really adds to my enjoyment of it. And like I said earlier, it's just great to own such a unique edition for Commando. Now, the inside this release is the director's cut as well. Now, I don't know what's going on with this director's cut, because I remember when it came out over here on DVD, that scene that everybody knows, the garden shed scene, it was heavily cut. And I just assumed that the director's cut was those scenes being restored. But it's only when I watched this version of it, I was like, well, wait a minute, there's some actually added dialogue between him, Schwarzenegger, and the main girl in this. A lot of scenes where they're in the car chase. Yeah, there was a bit of, you know, dialogue exchange that I've never heard before. So that was a real welcome surprise. I did see the scene with the garden shed. It was actually on my Blu-ray release that I had. But I can tell you now that that added dialogue was not part of that Blu-ray, but it was part of this release. So yes, that was a welcome surprise. The dialogue doesn't really add much to the story to it. But just to see something new in terms of Commando was, it was very nice. It really, really was, and it took me by surprise. Now, this release is a Blu-ray only, and I'm thinking, I'm hoping someday, I'm sure we're all the same, that it will get the 4K treatment. But I have to tell you, for the most part, the Blu-ray looks quite decent on this one. I was very surprised by how clean the image looks. I couldn't see any kind of specks or dirt or debris on the image, so at least they don't have to worry about that when it comes around to the 4K restoration. But yes, it's a good looking Blu-ray. It does come with a DTS 5.1 audio. I found the dialogue to be a little bit thin at times, but when you get those heavier action sequences, and trust me, there's a lot of them, you will really appreciate some of the low-end bass that you're going to hear on this one. But I have to tell you, if they do a 4K release, I really do hope they include Dolby Atmos. But the chances of us getting a 4K release for this, because it is 20th Century Fox, Disney owned 20th Century, do you think they'll bother with this on 4K? Probably not, which is a shame. Right, so I am going to take us around this one and show you everything that's inside it. Like I said, it's a very simple release, but we are talking about Commando here, and any collector's edition, I will take it all day long. So yeah, here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Right, so here we go, Commando. So there is a J card. I just want to quickly bring it in. Now, as you can see, it doesn't really give you any information other than a few credits. But I forgot to mention at the start of this video, when you actually look at the credits, there is some amazing talent behind this movie. As you can see, the music is done by James Horner, who is one of the best composers out there, sadly not with us anymore. You'll also notice Matthew F. Linetti. I think he went on to be a director. I think he directed one of the Annabelle movies. Stephen E. DeSouza was written by, and he actually wrote a lot of fantastic 80s action movies, a lot of 90s stuff as well. I think he'd done Street Fighter, funny enough. And Joel Silver, one of the biggest producers in the world, directed by Mark L. Lester, and he actually directed some great movies. Class of 84 and Class of 1999. Two wonderful movies by him. So yes, they weren't screwing around. There was a lot of talent behind this movie. So right, on to the release we go. So it is very simple. As you can see, when I kind of bend the light against it, you'll notice that Schwarzenegger himself is all done with spot glossing. And then the rest of the set just has a simple matte finish to it. As you can see with the colour scheme, it kind of comes across as this kind of camouflage colour scheme to it, which is very fitting for the movie itself. But yeah, all you've got there is Schwarzenegger, and all done with spot glossing, so not much else to be said. So I'll then take you on to the top of this box, and as you can see, you got Schwarzenegger and Commando there, very light spot glossing on that as well. And right to the bottom, and now if you have the numbered version, your number would be here. So onto the spine we go. You've got the title of the movie again, you got Blu-ray down the bottom and the 20th Century logo on top. And right around to the back, and it's much more of the same. You've got Bennett, you got Cook, and of course Schwarzenegger's daughter. And as you can see, all the characters are done with spot glossing as well. And you might notice as well, the colour scheme has continued onto the back of it. So there's not much else to be said. Again, a very simple release. So that is the box set itself. So this is the contents that we're going to be looking at. And I'm actually going to take everything out and get it going. So the first thing I want to start with is the postcards. Now you do get like a protective plastic case for all of these, but I kind of got myself ready for the video and took them out. So there's probably around 8 of these altogether. There is a few, well, one behind the scenes picture, which is always nice to see. So yes, the rest of them will simply be stills from the movie. I actually love that one. She is fantastic in the movie. I can't remember her name, the actress's name. I'm sure it'll come to me as soon as I finish doing the video. So yes, 8 of them all together. And right around to the back, you've just simply got Commando written, and it's on every single one of them. So that is the postcards. Right, so on to the steelbook. Now there's a few more cards inside this, which I will show you now in a second. So the steelbook itself has a high gloss finish on it. As you can see, it is Schwarzenegger, him holding that big ass gun. And then of course you got the title of the movie and director's cut right under it as well. So there is nothing going on in terms of spot glossing or embossing or debossing with this steelbook. There's something about it I like. It's not the best steelbook you're ever likely to see, but I always wanted to own it, and it's great to finally have it. So that is the main artwork. Then I'll just quickly show you the spine of it. And as you can see, you got the title once again, and of course director's cut. And then right around to the back is just another image of Schwarzenegger. It does look like, sometimes when you do look at the image, it does look like there's just this light little bit of spot glossing going on. Again, I'm not quite sure. I can't quite make it out. It seems like on his t-shirt in particular. But again, I could be getting that very, very wrong. So yes, as you can see, it's just Schwarzenegger with a cigar. I don't think he actually smokes a cigar in this movie, now that I think of it. So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. He definitely doesn't hold that gun with that t-shirt on. So yeah, that's a bit odd. So that is the back of the steelbook. I will open it up in full, and there you have it. So when I turn it in, you'll see those cards, which I'll show you now in a second. But this is the inside of the steelbook. That is your Blu-ray disc, and that is the inside of the steelbook. Right, so all that's left to show you is the small cards that you get here. So there's probably around 8 of these altogether as well, and as you can see, they are all character cards. So Filmarena are kind of known for doing this when it comes to their cards. They always throw in, character cards, that is. So yes, it's basically covering every character that you see in the movie. As a matter of fact, I've just seen it back there. I think the director, Mark L. Lester, is there. That's him there, yeah. So it's nice that they actually included him on the character cards. So there you have it, folks. That is everything in this very simple release of Commando. So I'm going to just do a quick recap. So you got those character cards. Of course, you got the steelbook. You've got these stills from the movie as well. And then, of course, the box itself that holds it all in. Like I said, a simple release, but very happy to have it. Right, so there you have it. That is my release of Commando. And not to sound like a broken record, but I am so happy to finally have this release in my collection. It's been a long, long time coming. So there you have it, folks. That is my video. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please do share your thoughts on this amazing movie. Can't wait to hear what you think out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.